Demerara Distillers Limited, DDL, presents Feedback. A very good evening to you, and thanks for joining us. On tonight's program, as usual, we have for your listening enjoyment and reflection the best in country and western songs. There is also a thought. It deals with giving thanks. So I invite you to stay tuned to Feedback, presented by DDL, Demerara Distillers Limited.
On top of old Smoky, all covered with snow, I lost my true lover, for courting so slow.
For courting's a pleasure,
For courting's a pleasure,
but parting is grief,
but parting is grief,
and the false-hearted lover
and the false-hearted lover
is worse than a thief.
is worse than a thief.
A thief will just rob you,
A thief will just rob you,
take what you have,
and take what you have.
but a false-hearted lover
But a false-hearted lover
will lead you to the grave,
will lead you to the grave,
and the grave will decay you,
and the grave will decay you,
turn you to dust.
and turn you to dust.
Not one boy in 100
Not one boy in 100
a poor girl can trust.
a poor girl can trust.
They'll hug you and kiss
They'll
you,
hug you and kiss you,
tell you more lies
and tell you more lies.
than cross ties on a railroad,
Cross ties on a railroad,
or stars in the sky.
stars in the sky.
So come all you young maidens,
Come all you young maidens,
listen to me.
and listen to me.
Never place your affection
Never place your affection
on a green willow tree,
on a green willow tree.
for the leaves they will wither,
The leaves they will wither,
roots they will
the
die.
roots they will die.
You'll all be forsaken,
You'll all be forsaken,
and never know why.
never know why.
I beg your pardon. I never promised you a rose garden along with the sunshine. There's gotta be a little rain sometimes. When you take, you gotta give. So live, let live, or let go. Oh, 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 oh. I beg your pardon. I never promised you a rose garden. I could promise you things like big diamond rings, but you don't find roses growing on stalks of clover. So you better think it over. Well, if sweet talking you could make it come true, I would give you the world right now on a silver platter. But what would it matter? So smile for a while and let's be jolly. Love shouldn't be so melancholy. Come along and share the good times while we can. I beg your pardon. I never promised you a rose garden along with the sunshine. There's gotta be a little rain sometime. I beg your pardon. I never promised sunshine. There's gotta be a little rain sometime. I beg your pardon. I never promised you a rose.
Expectations often surface in our relationships. This may even lead to perceptions of promises. However, it is better to face reality. The Weavers opened our program with On Top of Old Smoky, All Covered with Snow. I Lost My True Lover, for quoting too slow. Lynn Anderson followed with Rose Garden, I Beg Your Pardon. I Never Promised You a Rose Garden.
You've known so long that you were wrong, but still you had your way. You told her lies and alibis and hurt her more each day. But now your conscience bothers you. You've reached your journey's end. You're asking me for sympathy. I'm sorry for you, my friend. You laughed inside each time she cried. You tried to make her blue. She tagged along through right and wrong because she worshipped you. You know that you're the one to blame. There's no use to pretend. Today's the day you start to pay. I'm sorry for you, my friend. Walked arm in arm at someone else's side. It made you stop and realize that time has turned the tide. You should have known you'd be alone, 'cause cheaters never win. You tried and lost, now pay the cost. I'm sorry for you, my friend. Everybody says you'll let me down. I should be ashamed to take you round. Makes no difference what you used to do. Darling, I could never be ashamed of you. Maybe you were reckless yesterday, but together we can find a brighter way. In my heart, I know that you'll come through. Darling, I could never be ashamed of you. I've ever known. Came the day you said you'd be my own, and it matters not what we go through. Darling, I could never be ashamed of you. Maybe you've been cheated in the past, and perhaps those memories will always last. Even though you proved to be untrue, darling, I could never be ashamed of you.
The thought of winning or losing creates unwarranted feelings of sadness and bitterness in the hearts and minds of those who feel that they have lost or maybe have been deceived, prompted by false pride. A positive approach is to accept the harsh reality that nothing lasts forever except God's love. Be at peace with yourself and everyone. In this segment, Hank Williams sang, "I'm sorry for you, my friend." He's talking to himself. You've known for long you did her wrong, you always had your way. You told her lies and alibis and hurt her more each day. But now, your conscience bothers you. You've reached your journey's end. You asking me for sympathy? I'm sorry for you, my friend. He followed with, "I'll never be ashamed of you." Interesting lyrics. Everybody said you let me down. I should be ashamed to take you wrong. Makes no difference what you used to do. Darling, I could never be ashamed of you. That song takes me back to decades ago. As a performing artist, it was the first song I did on radio and on stage in Guyana while playing my guitar. It is about forgiveness and love.
If he brings you happiness, then I wish you both the best. It's your happiness that matters most of all. But if he ever breaks your heart, if the teardrop ever starts, I'll be there before the next teardrop falls. Si te quiere de verdad y te da felicidad, te deseo lo más bueno para los dos. Pero si te hace llorar, a mí me puedes hablar y estaré contigo cuando triste estás. I'll be there anytime you need me by your side to drive away every teardrop that you cry. And if he ever leaves you blue, just remember I love you, and I'll be there before the next teardrop falls. And I'll be there before the next teardrop falls. fall.
There's a rainbow in every teardrop you're crying. There's a love song in every treetop above. There's a star's face in every snowflake that's falling. There's hope when our heart dreams of love. There's a diamond in every dewdrop that kiss sun. There's a gold mine in every sunset you see. There's a rainbow in every teardrop you're crying. So dry up your tears and kiss me. Teardrop you're crying. There's a love song in every treetop above. There's a star's face in every snowflake that's falling. There's hope when our hearts dream of love. There's a diamond in every dewdrop that glistens. There's a gold mine in every sunset you see. There's a rainbow in every teardrop you're crying. So dry up your tears and kiss me. There's a diamond in every dewdrop that glistens. There's a gold mine in every sunset you see. There's a rainbow in every teardrop you're crying. So dry up your tears and kiss me.
Songs dealing with tears. There is a sacredness in tears. Tears are the safety valves of the heart when under pressure. They are the messengers of grief, contrition, and love. You heard Freddie Fender with I'll Be There before the next teardrop falls. Slim Whitman, his song, There's a rainbow in every teardrop. You crying. Dry up your tears and kiss me.
Makes no difference now what kind of life fate hands me. I'll get along without you now, that's plain to see. I don't care what happens next, for I'll get by somehow. I don't worry, 'cause it makes no difference now.
green field of clover, or what's the sunset at the end of the day. I get kind of moody when I see such beauty, and everything's beautiful in its own way.
When I see a fountain flow from a mountain, or see April showers bring flowers to May, I can't help but ponder, life is such a wonder, and everything's beautiful in its own way.
Words can't describe what I feel inside when I see the beauty in each coming day.
What my eyes behold can't be bought or sold,
and everything's beautiful in its own way. When I see the clouds form a black summer windstorm that uproots the harvest and hurls it away, in the midst of such anger, destruction and danger, the storm's even beautiful in its own way.
when I see the leaves drop from off of the treetops, or see the snow fall on a cold winter's day. My thoughts seem to wander into the blue yonder. God made all things beautiful in their own way. Words can't describe
what I feel inside when I see the beauty in each coming day.
what my eyes behold can't be bought or sold.
Everything's beautiful in its own way. In its own way. In its own way.
There may be a stage in our lives when enough is enough. Billy Joe Spears sang, "It makes no difference now. I'll get along without you somehow." It is better to focus attention on what's beautiful and good in others, rather than on their faults, their weaknesses and deficiencies. We all have faults. Dolly Parton and Willie Nelson sang, "Everything is beautiful in its own way." Here is our inspirational song to remind us of God's love. Randy Travis sings, "He's my rock, my sword, my shield."
He's my rock, my sword, my shield. He's my wheel in the middle of the wheel. He's the lily of the valley. He's the bright and morning star. Makes no difference what you say. I'm going on my knees and pray. I'm gonna wait right here for Jesus till he comes. 'Cause Jesus is mine. I am forgiven. I'm holding his hand. I'm going to heaven. 'Cause I found a wonderful Savior who blesses me forever. I'm his, and thank God he is mine. my shield. He's my wheel in the middle of the wheel. He's the lily of the valley. He's the bright and morning star. Makes no difference what you say. I'm going on my knees and pray. I'm gonna wait right here for Jesus till he comes. I'm gonna wait right here for Jesus till he comes.
Our thought deals with giving thanks. God gave you a gift of 86,400 seconds today. Have you used 1 second to say thank you? I'll repeat that thought on giving thanks. God gave you a gift of 86,400 seconds today. Have you used 1 second to say thank you? Demerara Distillers Limited DDL has been pleased to present this program feedback. This is Vibert Parvatan thanking you for listening and inviting you to join us next Saturday evening on The Voice of Guyana for yet another DDL program of feedback. Good night.